Good afternoon, everyone. So we're going to get started here. We are going to talk about how to up your social media game during this time of, well, basically a virtual universe, right? And we are going to cover CB1, the COVID-19 Content Hub, and BrandServe, and how to access some beautiful ready-made Coldwell Banker branded media assets. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, so in sequence, we are going to talk about CB1, the COVID Hub, and then William will take over to talk about BrandServe. So let's go to CB1. CB1 can be accessed via your My CB desk. And conveniently placed is the CB1 tile. If you cannot find your CB1 tile, you can definitely search in the search bar CB1. And there we go. So here we're starting with CB1 because this tends to be a resource that people are probably quite familiar with because it houses Listing Concierge. It houses From the Studio, education, prospecting, business essentials, etc. And for a while, it's been kind of like the encyclopedia for CB things. So here I just want to highlight a couple of things that might help you during this time of living in this virtual universe and having to do virtual transactions. So one of the things that I want to introduce to you guys is the technology help section. So in the search bar right here, you're going to type in technology, 22 results, click on that. You're going to click on the first search result. And this is a very nice page that Leslie Boone, our technology trainer, has come up with to help agents navigate some web-based products. So for example, you see here there's ZipForm Plus, a lot of step-by-step guides, FAQs, and how-tos. DocuSign, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. And if you have any questions on that, you want a video tutorial perhaps, that's available right here. So I think this is just a very handy resource for everyone so that you don't have to maybe go Google very specific steps on how to navigate ZipForms or DocuSign. And what I am teaching right now is going to be available in a little cheat sheet that we're going to send out later. And now let's go to the COVID-19 Hub. So the COVID-19 Hub is something that Coldwell Banker created in light of this environment. And you're going to go to CB Desk again. And at the very top of CB Desk, you're going to see COVID-19 Hub, COVID-19 news. And it's not actually news from, I don't know, CNN or anything. So we're going to click on it, and that is actually going to lead you to the hub, even though it's not named COVID-19 Hub. So here you see COVID-19 Coldwell Banker Realty Content Hub. Okay, and on this hub, it's basically a blog post with a lot of links, but these are very convenient resources for you. It's updated daily, and you're going to find things like virtual open house announcement templates, video bumpers, and client communication templates. So we're just going to quickly go over this content hub and see what's in it. So this content hub, from my quick overview, is separated into 3 sections: what's new, communications, and resources. And we're going to go over that right now. So under what's new, I want to point out that Coldwell Banker has provided client messages for agents to send. So during this time, what should I send my clients? How should I keep in touch with them? And this is a resource that you have right at your fingertips. And Ryan Gorman's Real Estate of the Union has some social assets to promote his real estate of the union, and these were posted under What's New on the 13th. You can see here. And our new campaign, Hometown Heroes, the social media images are available here. So let's click into that and see what that looks like. You can see here there are some social assets here. They are ready-made. They are CB branded. They are compliant. You just have to click on them, download them, and post it on your social media. So you just have to select, download, and then you should be able to access those content. So back to the COVID-19 Hub. Under communications, Coldwell Banker has provided some very helpful resources such as Essential Business Letter, video updates from Ryan Gorman, GRA social media assets, and let's take a look at how to engage in virtual open houses, because that's something that probably is coming in handy for a lot of people right now. So you see here, there's like a quick little tutorial on how to do a virtual open house. And another really cool thing that I want to show you is the virtual house video bumper. Let's see, it is under company resources. You can see here these bumpers are housed in a OneDrive, so you can easily click on them and download again. You just have to press download here. So I would really encourage you guys to take a look at the Content Hub, see if any resources are helpful to you, and just to keep your social media active, maybe post once a week these social media assets that are available to you, and just keep in touch with your clients during these trying times. All right, William, I'm going to hand off to you.
All right, thank you, Lisanne. Hello, everyone. Name's William. I'm going to cover BrandServe today. This is a really cool new tool. I'm going to pull it up on the screen for you. And let's see, there we are. BrandServe is a really handy new tool for accessing ready-made social media assets. And it is a place where you will find lots of things that you're also currently finding on the COVID-19 Hub, as well as on CB1. Now, when you first try to access BrandServe from my CB desk, which you will find it'll look something like this, you'll want to go in and you will come across a screen that looks a little bit like this. Now, when it is your first time logging in, you will need to request access. This can take up to 48 hours to get approved. You'll want to input your CB NorCal email or your email that is issued to you, and those credentials, and request your access. They'll get it to you, again, usually within about 48 hours, sometimes less. Now, I'm already logged in, so I'm going to go ahead and pop into BrandServe. Give it just a second. And here we are. This is BrandServe. BrandServe started as a way for us to download the new CB NorCal logo. And you'll find right here that if we go into here, we can download logos with any DBA as well as the corporate logos, as well as a handful of either guidelines, file type usage. So let's click into there and see that real quick. So you can see we have the logos in a myriad of different shapes and sizes, as well as the difference between our monogrammed logo and our framed logo. So we have a few different choices here. These are all something you can download, and you can go ahead and you can search over here in the side. And this is true for all of the content you're going to find here on BrandServe. In addition to logos, however, we have some more really cool content for you to use. We are able to access posters, social media content, as well as videos. Now, this is something where you're going to want to go through. They're adding tons of new stuff every day. And so we can start by going in and look at something like our April holidays. Coldwell Banker puts together a series of ready-made social media posts for a handful of different holidays that you can just grab and go and place right on in to use. We can get a quick look at those for you. These are some of our ones for April. And you're able to download these. You can post them on your social media, and I really encourage you to do so. A lot of our Office Facebook pages already are using these assets, and they're a great resource for you. In addition, we also have some opportunity for customized content. For example, let's pull all the way back over to our Hometown Hero ads. This is one of our new advertising campaigns using our Homeward Bound campaign, and you can actually customize these. So right here in the tool, you're able to add whatever you would like into those areas. Let's get you called up. Here we are. So we can go ahead and add any customization name with a maximum of 150 characters. So we're just going to call this one a quick test. Now we're able to upload, we're able to choose how we want this image to be placed. So it can either be for something like your Instagram story or the Instagram feed square. The square is also a really good format for Facebook, even though it doesn't say it here. So be sure to know that you can click that. You're able to pick between a handful of pre-chosen photos, including the truck, the nurse, or the pilot for this specific social media post. And you can see those in a little preview on your right-hand side. So I really like the truck, so I'm going to go with the truck. And to answer a question that I had earlier in the chat about franchisees versus Coldwell Banker Realty, you can choose between a handful of different DBAs. Just find the one that is going to work best for you, and then click on that, and it will generate a proof. We'll hit OK. And then we can go ahead and view our proof. And there we are. So there's our proof. Now I want to show you how to download the proof. So we're going to go back. And then we're going to want to pick what we want to make, and we're going to do add to cart. Now at the moment, when we add things to cart, that is a error I haven't seen before. Let's try this. There we go. So we have our item in our cart, and thankfully this is not something you have to pay for. Even though it is called a cart, these assets are available to you provided by Coldwell Banker. So you can all you got to do is select the one you want. It's in our cart. We're good to go. And then we just hit place order. And now we can go ahead and download the file. And again, there's a lot of options over here for all sorts of different assets. We have things like posters, something that's more of a print content. You can edit those and customize them in a way that best suits your needs. You can access social media content, which is more of these square shapes, things like cover photos for your Facebook page. We can find, again, sorts of holidays, recruiting, things about the new look. We even have some cool animations that show, this was something that was used very early on in the announcements for the North Star logo that showed the transition from our old logo to our new one. So again, there's a very wide range of content that is available on BrandServe. And something you may have noticed as I've gone through this, some of this content is also available on the COVID-19 Content Hub, as well as on CB1. Those assets have been mostly moved over to BrandServe, and this is becoming our one-stop shopping for all things social media. That is what I really wanted to show everyone for BrandServe. I do want to have a chance. I know that there's a lot of content over here, and I see some messages in the chat. I wanted to have a chance to answer some of those questions. So I see a question here from an agent asking, how do you post on social media? Can you show us how? Well, we can go ahead and call up my Facebook. And now it depends if you're posting from either a page or a personal account. So if we're sharing personally, I just want to click, and the process is roughly the same for Facebook. You just hit photo or video. We find our downloaded asset. We hit open. That's going to go ahead and upload that for us. And then we can write a little bit of content into this. And we can go ahead and write that real quick. And then again, we can add that to either our news feed or our story. In the example of Facebook, each social media site is going to be a little different. However, the overall process is pretty much the same. When we're ready to go, all we got to do is hit post. And there we go. I hope that helps answer that question. Let's see, I'm going through the chat here. So we had another question on sizes for if you're uploading custom images, which some of our templates allow. We recommend that you use larger size images as they're going to be higher resolution. As a general rule of thumb, 1080 by 1080 pixels is one of the good standards for social media. Francis, for post, I see a question from an agent over here who's asking about posting on Instagram. Since Instagram is a mobile platform, I don't have my computer set up at the moment to demonstrate Instagram, but the process is generally similar in that you'll want that file that we just went ahead and downloaded. You're going to want to get that onto your phone, whether you use Dropbox, OneDrive, email it to yourself, somehow transfer that image onto your phone. And then you're going to want to go ahead and create a new post, and inside Instagram's new post button, there will be an option for you to pick that photo if you have it saved to your phone's image gallery. Hope that helps answer that question for you. Now, can you link the picture to a website? That depends on what tool you're using. So in some instances, photos can be hyperlinked. So let's go back to the example of Facebook here. I'm going to add that photo again. Now you can add links to this text. When I write a text post here, I can, for Instagram, I'm not certain. Instagram isn't my area of expertise. Lisanne, do you want to chime in here?
Hello, absolutely. Can you hear me?
Hearing you loud and clear.
Okay. So Instagram, you cannot really link anything to a picture. The only place on Instagram where you can post a link is actually your bio. So you have to go to your profile and then edit profile, and then there's going to be a section where it says link, and you can post the link there. And that's really the only place on Instagram that you can post a link where people can click on. Does that make sense?
That being said, Lisanne, it's Greg. Sorry, bouncing in. You can put a bit.ly or something really small that people can sort of type in so they could get to it quickly.
Yes, that is also helpful. It'll look visually more attractive if you do a bit.ly.
Or a
Thank
tiny
you for that,
URL.
Greg. Or tiny URL. Yeah, one of those.
Only reason I know that is I had to do that when I posted the State of the Union, the real estate of the union that Ryan was doing. I posted it on Instagram, so I had to do the same type of a thing.
All right, well, we've got some mics open. Is there anyone else who has any questions that they want us to help them go over as it relates to CB1, BrandServe, and the COVID-19 Content Hub? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question if you have one.
We're also going to send you a cheat sheet that covers basically everything we've gone over.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I've seen on GenBlue and the CB Facebook page, I've seen both where there are some companies that are creating ads that I haven't been able to find in BrandServe. Like they're doing, for example, what are offices doing to ensure, safe showings or what have you. And they're using the Coldwell Banker Blue, which we've got the specs for that. I don't know how they're building those templates. I don't know how they're building like a template on Facebook with that blue background and inserting everything. I don't know how that's being done, but I'm interested in knowing if you know how to build those outside of Facebook and then transfer them in.
Yes, there actually is a very nice and free software that I use personally to build some custom artwork or social announcements for the office. It's called Canva. It's Canvas without an S, so it's CANVA. It's something that's worth exploring, and like William said, all the logos and all that are available on BrandServe, so you can definitely download those and upload them into Canva and make your own. There are also social media post guidelines and branding guidelines on BrandServe. William, if you could navigate to that.
I was just about to chime in. When you go to that logo section, my screen should still be up for everyone. You should be able to just go right down here. There's a little option that says guidelines. It'll allow you to download a PDF that explains the applications, color guidelines, full brand, stuff just about the logo, ID requirements. You have a lot of options in here. It's really good to read through them. They provide you a lot of direction. I would really encourage everyone to go ahead and download that.
Yeah, so for using software like Canva, I would really encourage you to read these branding guidelines first so that you are sure that you're in compliance with the brand.
And as Lisanne had mentioned, we are sharing, I'm about to put it in the chat for you, and it's going to go into our email recap afterwards. I'm about to place in a handy little one-page cheat sheet we made that's going to help make sure that you guys have a great starting point to help boost up that social media game. And it's going to be in the chat as soon as it's uploaded. Give me just a moment.
Hey, Elena, I see your question. How does one access Canva? So it's a website. It's just canva.com. You just have to make an account and you can use it for free. There's also a pro version. I think they call it Premiere or something. That's you can pay a small fee to access more features, but I personally think that the free version is enough. And Susan says, you use InDesign. Yeah, so Adobe InDesign is another software. It's very robust, and it's not free. However, you can do more with InDesign for sure. Okay, any more questions? Yes, so Gwen, I believe you're asking if you could use the hometown hero on Instagram. Yeah, so those social assets are available to you. It's some of them are sized as a square, which is perfect for Instagram, and I believe that they were sized for Instagram. So you can definitely post that on Instagram. We also have some hashtags to go along with the campaign, and I can definitely type that in the chat later on.
What do you mean by campaign? Instagram campaign or some other campaign?
So Hometown Hero is like a sub campaign within the Guiding You Home campaign.
Yes.
And William, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, can you navigate to the campaign section?
Yes, so there are different campaigns that the company is and will continue to be doing as we move forward. The most recent one that we've started with is the Guiding You Home campaign. So it is a theme of a bunch of different content that's all under a sort of single vision. And again, this is our sort of the song Homeward Bound, Guiding You Home. So all of these social media posts pull images that are a part of that video. And so the name for the sort of the sum of all of that content is a campaign. That's all it really is.
So when Lisanne mentioned hashtag to go with the Instagram square photo, what did she really mean there?
Lisanne?
Yeah, so Coldwell Banker has a couple hashtags, and some of them Guiding You Home campaign hashtag is hashtag Guiding You Home. And I believe right now the Hometown Heroes campaign hashtag is hashtag Hometown Heroes, and there are other more generic Coldwell Banker hashtags that you can use to associate your campaign or associate your post to the campaign and to the company.
Do we have any other questions we can help people out with this afternoon? For those who haven't seen it yet, if you go into the chat, I've uploaded a PDF that has that little cheat sheet that we've made that will help get you started with everything that we've covered today. And again, we will be sending out a link to the video of this class once we're done and it's uploaded.
All right, thank you so much everyone for attending. We really appreciate it.
If you have any additional questions, please feel free to email both Lisanne and myself. We're happy to help answer some of those questions for you.
Also, we have a class next Wednesday. Stay tuned. We will be posting about it on Facebook.
And with that, everyone have a great day. We will see you next week.